Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. I know someone who came to a point in their life where they were just graduated from many years of graduate school, from professional school, and they were at that moment of where are they going to choose to go? What institution were they going to choose for their next stage of their professional academic journey? And they were a good student and a good profile, and there were some of the top tier A institutions that were looking at them and asking them to come, and there were others who were also good but not considered by everyone else to be quite as good. And they took a lot of time thinking about it, and they balanced, well, there's me, but there's also my family, and there's my time. How am I going to live? In the end, they ended up picking not the absolutely most prestigious institution to go to, but they said, this is where I was drawn to, and they went with their heart. And it was amazing how that decision empowered their whole life. After that, they just had a sense of having made an important decision, a tract about where their priorities are going to be. So our portion this week, Jacob is fleeing, running away from his brother, who's after him because he stole their father's blessing. And he comes, he's all alone in the wilderness, and he has his famous dream of the ladder and the angels going up and down, and God is up at the top of the ladder and tells him, Jacob, I will be with you, do not worry, and your descendants will be as the dust of the earth. And Jacob wakes up and he says, wow, this is the house of God, and I did not know it, and the gateway to heaven. But then he makes a vow, because I guess he's a little unsure. And he says, God, well, if you are with me, then you will be my God. So what does it mean, if you will be with me? What was he saying, if you will be with me in this moment? So the commentators say, well, on one hand, he was saying, well, you just said some things to me in my dream, but it was a dream. How do I know if it's going to come to be? And please make sure that it all comes to be. But he was also saying something else, because he was saying, if you care for me, let my dream be fulfilled. But in that vow, he was also putting in another prayer. And the Sforno was an Italian medieval commentary. He says, what was this prayer that he was doing when he was saying this vow? He was saying, God, please take away all the pressures that may stop me from making the best decision at this very moment in my life. And some of those, as he lists, are, you got to give me bread on my table and have clothes on my back, the material comforts. How can you make a good decision if you don't have all of those taken care of? But on the other hand, he was also saying, please God, take away, according to Sforno, take away all the other pressures, all the emotional pressures, worrying how am I going to be perceived wherever I go next. Please take away all my self-limitations are keeping me from going where I really want to go, from making the best decisions to live with the divine. And Jacob was saying then, please, his prayer was, let me be myself. Be with me, i.e., let me be myself. Let me be free to truly embrace the life that I want to embrace, to take you as my God. And help me not fall into any other consideration. And this is really a moment that had a parallel to his grandfather Abraham, when God said to Abraham, Lech lecha, go to yourself. Go away from your native land, your father's house, the place which was, according to Midrash, a place of idolatry, and go find your own way. And so Jacob's prayer was at this crossroad. What is he going to do? Where is he going to go? How is he supposed to be? Please empower me so that I can make the best decision that I can make and not be set aside by any other consideration. The most fulfilled, truthful way, filling my life with presence. And we know how powerful it is to live our lives from that place, to not worry about the next stage of the journey, but to be filled with faith for the way forward. And that empowers our whole life and fills us with the ability to break through any difficulties. And this moment of Jacob's dream in our Torah is really a foundational moment for our religion. It's every patriarch has one, Jacob has two, this one and the wrestling with the angel. And we never know really what that dream meant. What did that dream mean of the angels going up and down and God at the top? We don't know what that's trying to tell us completely. And we're not sure exactly what Jacob and God wrought at that moment. What we do know is it created another rung on the ladder of what it means to be a Jewish people, and how we continue to walk in that way thousands of years later, trying to pursue a different kind of life, to see the world in our own unique way, and to walk in partnership with our God. Shabbat Shalom.